And we are live. What's good, Josh and man, DL Saint? Welcome. I really want to know podcast, man. I told you I was coming back. Guys. You guys know I'm dealing with the high blood pressure thing, and numbers are coming way down. They're still slightly elevated, but they're getting very, very close to normal. So I'm gonna do more as my numbers look good, and I'm gonna jump on. And earlier I jumped on, and we were checking the fire alarms. And on the property, bro. So the alarms kept going off. And I listened to it on the stream. The noise cancellation on the Rodecaster Pro is really good, guys. Just want to throw that out there. You guys are thinking about doing this and you want to, buy some equipment. The Rodecaster is pretty good. The noise cancellation function is really good. I listened to it on the stream, like, it didn't sound that bad. In here, it was blaring. It was loud. Like, oh my, damn. You know what I mean? Stop. But, I wanted to get this one in. I can't spend too much time on this topic. I have to go to a recital. My daughter's doing a symphony recital today. So between band and marching band stuff, and she's also in the symphony. So we're going to do the symphony thing. It's like the fall performance or whatever, or winter performance, whatever season we in. So that's coming up here pretty quick. There's a video I just happened to catch when I was waiting on my daughter. And, we're going to talk about going from the friend zone to marriage, bro. Marrying the woman that friend zones you or marrying the man that friend zones you. Really, it's different with men, but definitely if you're a guy and you're in the friend zone and you marry the woman that friend zones you, bro, that's going to be a problem. Let's get into it. And we are live. What's good, y'all? Welcome to the I Really Want to Know podcast, y'all. Yeah, get some indeed, man. Appreciate you guys rocking out with me. I know I'm all over the place, man, but I got to do something to get off this naughty list, man, to get off this shadow ban thing with YouTube, the algorithm. It's crazy. The stream we did, the live we did earlier today, when the show was over, we were running the outro. I'm typing in the chat, and we had already run the outro. I'm just typing in the chat, and YouTube wouldn't allow me to submit the comment I was going to put in the chat. It was basically saying, hey, I'm going to see you guys later, blah, 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 whatever I was saying. YouTube wouldn't allow me to put it in the chat, which is crazy, it's just, I know they're watching me, bro. The algorithm is on me for whatever reason. I don't think I'm that controversial, to be honest with you. I don't think I am, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But let's get into this. We're going to be reviewing a video from the ItsGiving-Podcast, and the title of the video, Friend to Fiance, and the host of ItsGiving, her name is Sarah. I forget her last name, but man, Sarah is very attractive. And I saw her on Paul Pierce's podcast, his nighttime podcast, whatever that's called, talking about older women who are attractive or whatever, and Paul Pierce called her cooked. And he was like, women are cooked, and she was looking for validation, probably trying to work her way into a situation, but she's on the podcast, but he broke it all the way down. So at the time, I think she said she was single. I know she said she was single, and she was saying all this stuff. And now here we are sometime later. She's like, oh, I'm engaged. And she's going to be talking about her dude, which is crazy. We got brother Michael in the building. What's good, fam? How you doing, bro? Oops, wrong button. How you doing, bro? And brother Michael Lee, everything is rec used to him, and I ain't mad at him, but he has a good point. My thing is, when we have these conversations, bro, we talking about what's going on out here in the sexual marketplace. We're talking about intersexual dynamics and, how women make select versus how men make select. My thing is this. Let's just talk about how it is. Let us tell you what it is, and then you can decide to do whatever you want to do and move accordingly. Like, that's the thing. When you hear someone talking about this red pill stuff, guys are like, yeah, I'm not really trying to, if I get to choose between a woman, if I can get a 44-year-old versus a 34-year-old versus a 24-year-old, the vast majority of guys are going to go with the 24-year-old, whether you like it or not. Doesn't matter how old he is. And then the guys who are really sensitive about age are going to go with as young as they can get. Simple as that. They're going to go with as young as they can get. And there are reasons behind it. So Paul Pierce said what he said to her on his podcast. And obviously, he had paid her. She listened. Right? She listened. And all of a sudden, boom, I'm getting married. Ladies, there is a shelf life. I mean, for real, especially if you're going after high value men. If you're going after a high value guy, if the bottom line, the financial status of the man is the most important aspect that you're looking for, the most important quality that you're looking for, if you have financial requirements, then you better get the dudes you're looking for when you're young, because the wealthy dudes, the high value dudes, they have a lot of options. The top tier guys, they are good at what they do and they have options. But the top tier guys, they might rock with you a little bit, depending on what they're looking for. But the high value guys, man, it's going to be real hard to be 40 something and get yourself a millionaire. I mean, yeah, does it happen? Sure. Look at what happened to Jeff Bezos. You know what I mean? Last good man in Jersey in the building. What's good, fam? So that's what we're talking about here. And I appreciate you guys rocking out with me. I know I'm all over the place. We're not sticking to any regular schedule, but we're going to be moving like this for a while. I'm just trying to, get the numbers up, and I'm going to have to start doing more YouTube shorts, like in those YouTube short, like minute shorts and all that kind of stuff, and doing some DL shorts and stuff like that. But just trying to get, hopefully the algorithm will push one of these things, man. This is how it works, bro. You do it. You got to keep doing it. You got to keep making content. And hopefully one day something we do over here will just catch and get, the algorithm will like it and it'll get some views. And then we go from there. And I mean, Brother Michael Lee is like, brother Saint, lane 42, single, no kids, is very critical having kids and mortgage, of course, without the government involved. Oh, you saying I am. I thought it was lame. It was I am. Brother Saint, so Brother Michael Lee is telling us he's 42. He don't have any kids. He's very critical of having kids and marriage. So Brother Michael wants to be involved in a relationship long term, have kids and all that, if I'm not mistaken, because he always asks me about having kids, and doesn't want the government involved, which makes sense. And it's really hard to figure that out, but I do believe the laws are going to change. The laws are constantly changing. They're going to change. Why? Because a lot of women are getting caught up in the family court system, having to pay alimony and child support. So we're going to start seeing changes in the laws. We're already seeing it in California, seeing it in Florida, Texas, Tennessee. There are a lot of states out there who are making these changes quietly. And the big change is, 50-50 custody, especially if you've never been married. That's common sense. It always should have been the case. And if you got 50-50 custody, 50-50 joint legal physical custody, if there's any child support involved, it's going to be very, very minimal. Depends on how much money you make. But I mean, that's a step in the right direction. And Brother Michael Lee is like, me personally, younger, no weave, hair, hats, no BBLs, no tattoos, and definitely no baggage, AKA other man's kids. Yeah, bro. I mean, there's nothing wrong with wanting what we want. Women want what they want. Men want what they want, right? And on the female side, bro, age don't really matter if you're fine enough. If you are fine enough, bro, it's going to be a dude. It's going to be a top tier dude or a high value dude that wants to holler at you. And remember, I'm always using those different terms. Kevin Samuels defined what he meant by high value. And we had a video, we went over that. For me, when I say top tier, what's a top tier guy? A top tier guy is a guy who's highly sought after by women, who is good at womanizing, and, he runs rotations and stuff like that. But he doesn't quite have all of the boxes checked for that high value thing. So he might be a guy that has a lot of money, but he doesn't have any social skills. He doesn't have an effective network, or, so there might be 5 or 6 things that high value men have. A top tier guy might have 3 or 4 of those things. So, but the guy is still highly sought after by women. So he's still killing it. So I just draw that distinction between the top tier guys and the high value guys. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? And last good man in Jersey, he's all about the Philippines, gal. All about the Philippines. And, I'm all about travel too. If you can get out there, bro, there's so many countries out there. And there's so many beautiful women on planet Earth. It's just a matter of going to the environment that you like and go and do what you do. I mean, that's just what it boils down to. So we're going to get into this, man. This is the It's Giving podcast. And this is Sarah. This is the host. she is sat there next to her fiance, this guy. And this is a long video. It's about an hour and a half. So we're definitely not going to go through the whole thing. But at the beginning of this video, they were talking about their relationship. And she basically said they both acknowledged that he was in the friend zone and he'd been basically chasing her for a long time. This woman is attractive. You know what I mean? Is that her real hair? I think she probably has some extra in there. Maybe, I don't know, but it looks nice. I can't tell. You know what I mean? But it's probably some weave in there. Her nails are nicely manicured, not too crazy. She doesn't have those crazy talons. She doesn't have the real crazy eyelashes, but she might have some little bit of eyelash on there. Of course, she's wearing makeup. She's doing everything. You know, she's well dressed. She has stated, like, you know, her thing is money. It's like, if you want to be with her, she only deals with, you know, those elite type guys. Those like the 1%ers, between the 1 and 5%ers. She wants money. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. If that's what she wants, fine. Can she get it? Well, the answer to that is yes. She got a guy who, you know, put a ring on her finger. Now, doesn't mean she's married yet. She's engaged to this dude. Don't know right, if they even make it down the aisle. Right. And MTR, brother MTR has a video where he breaks this woman down as well. And he was saying that he met the guy that's in this video. Doesn't know him. He just went to an event at the guy's house. And he was saying that the man's house was just amazing. Again, you know, he dapped the dude up. He was, you know, he was an invited guest. He was at the event and he was like, oh, whoever got this guy some bread. Was yeah. And I think MTR is in Vegas. So, I mean, you can get a big house in Vegas is going to cost you money. Right? A big house in Vegas is not like buying a big house here in Florida or in Georgia or in Ohio. You know, like Vegas, California, New York, you know, the DC area, the DMV, them houses cost a little bit. So, you know, in MTR, he's been around. So I'm pretty sure if the house really impressed him, it's probably really nice. So like this dude's probably doing really well for himself. But he's sitting here on his podcast. And earlier in the podcast, he basically said he didn't want to do it. He didn't want to do the interview. He's doing it for her. Right. And he said that, well, you know, this is what you do. You know, I don't do this. This isn't my world. I don't really like this, or I'm not comfortable with something he said, bro. But he sat there next to her. So right off rip, she kept him in the friend zone for years, right? He's the backup play. She's out here and she's talking to a real high value man, right? In the form of, you know, Paul Pierce, NBA superstar. This man is worth hundreds of millions of dollars, if not more. You know, socially top tier, all that good stuff. He's doing all sorts of things. She probably went on that podcast thinking, all I got to do is go in there and look cute. He going to try to holler at me, whatever. Who knows? She goes on the podcast. She brings up the age. He breaks it down to her. And I think that she simply listened. Most women don't listen. This one, she probably listened. And she was looking at the chats and she's probably looking at all the reaction videos and people, you know, how this topic kind of sprung up on other podcasts, and, you know, she's listening and she's like, maybe I am cooked. Maybe I can't compete with my younger self. I better go ahead and let somebody tie me down. So what does she do? She goes over, she breaks the glass over there to the guy she got in the friend zone. You know, in case of emergency, break glass. She breaks the glass. He pulls out a ring, gets down on his knee and proposes to her. That's my take on it. That's a smart play for her. That's a smart play. She's like, you know what? Let me go ahead and do this now. Like, if you jump out of an airplane and you got a parachute, at some point you got to pull that ripcord and get that parachute out to save you. You got to pull that ripcord and that silk comes out and it'll save you. But if you don't pull that ripcord, you will smack up against the ground. It'll be too late. Right. And it seems like to me that she just made the move before it's too late. So like just kind of sitting there, bro. I mean, it is crazy, you know, bro. Like, tell her guy, here's the thing, man. There's a lot of dudes out here who look at this woman. This woman is attractive, man. They'll look at this woman and they can't even tell. Like me, I'm looking at this. I'm like, bro, I don't know if that's her real hair or not. But normally when you see a part like that, then there's some weaves in there. Get that permanent part in there. But I don't know. That could be 100% her. That could be all her, bro. I don't know. But most guys are going to overlook that. I mean, she's got, you know, you look at her complexion. You know, she has a very exotic look to her, a nice body, no tattoos that are visible. She doesn't have the talent. She doesn't have all the crazy stuff, right? So, no, it's a lot of dudes that will definitely want to marry this woman. She had choices. She just, I'm willing to bet she couldn't get the dude that she wanted. She couldn't get the elite, top of the top, high value guy. But this part of the video, we're going to get into the video. I really encourage you guys to go back and watch this whole thing, especially the first 10 minutes. Go back to the first 5 to 10 minutes of this. You can see that her dude is sitting there like he really doesn't want to be there, but he's there for her. And she's just doing her thing. And you tell me who is more into whom, right? Which one of these two is willing to walk away from a relationship? You tell me what you think, but let's get into it. I think they're going to be talking about age.
I don't know if this is my brain or this is a question on here. Can I cook?
Yeah, definitely.
Sarah can throw down, y'all.
I mean, I'm still learning everything she can cook, but the dishes that you have prepared for me, like, they've been bomb. And I'm trying to get to that point where, I could see some of the stuff your mom be cooking.
Oh, Lord. Okay, story time.
Oh, God.
Her mom be cooking, y'all.
This is the thing, okay? This is the thing. My mom, first of all, my parents have been together for decades, okay? And it's funny. Actually, I'm going to ask you now, and we could just tell the whole story together. I'm not even going to tell it what you said. Baby, what was your biggest takeaway from coming to my hometown and hanging out with, my family and my parents?
So, yeah, I get what you asking. Mm-hmm. Her dad lives like a king. He don't lift a finger. He is breakfast, lunch, and dinner ready for him. He got his favorite chair in every single room. You better not sit in it. Her mom is like, I don't know, super rare. And then she full-time work too.
Yep.
That's unheard of. And she still is able to, breakfast in bed, lunch and dinner. That's she doing her thing, so.
So this is the thing.
All right. How many people out there think that she, the daughter, is going to be doing all the things that mom is doing? How many people think that? Dudes out there like, yeah, he's a super king. Mom works, but she cooks every meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. She takes care. She's so rare. That's not rare from the Gen X perspective. Like, Gen X, that was every woman. It was rare to have a woman who didn't do those things. Right? That's what was rare. Like, oh, you got a woman, she can't cook, she can't clean, she ain't taking care of business. That was the rare part. But now, if you got a woman who does the traditional things, people are like, oh my God, you have the unicorn. That's a thing. That's a bad thing. And then you look at her like she said, can I cook? He's like, well, the couple dishes that you did cook were all right. It's not like he was like, yeah, she could break it off, bro. Like, she know what she's doing. He kind of answered, to me, I read that answer as, well, you're off to a good start. You got a foundation. We just got to see what you can do moving forward. Mind you, he's been in the friend zone. You've been her friend for how long? She ain't ever cooked for you? She ain't ever bring you over to an event where she had cooked for everybody? Like, what's going on? So she's probably like, okay, I can make this dish, and this dish. Okay, cool. All right, cool. But can I just give you some ingredients and you'll be able to make whatever that is? I mean, anyone can if they want to, but do you think she's going to? Is she going to cook for this guy all the time? Breakfast, lunch, dinner, blah, blah, blah. Even though this dude is extremely rare, right? Very elite financially, this guy, we're just going to assume that's the case. Is she going to do all those things? No. What would she probably do? She'll probably hire someone with his money to cook for him. You know what I mean? And I'm with you, bro. I'm not crazy about that stuff too, but it is what it is. If I were to settle down with a woman, I'm not with the weaves and all that extra stuff. If that's what she wants to do here and there for different looks, okay. But if that's her everyday thing, then I probably wouldn't rock with her. I'm looking for something different. I'm kind of with you on that one. But she's, people are in the chat. See, this woman right here, she's a podcaster and she's reading the chats and she doesn't like what she's seeing. And she's trying to prove to people that we do it this way. I'm here, I'm there. I could do this, I could do that. And at the same time, she'll say, I don't care what y'all think. but she wants to come out here and prove to the world that she isn't the regular modern woman. So she does care.
I am not my mother, okay? I'm like somewhere in the middle, okay? So my
I'm
mom,
still trying to figure out where that middle is.
Exactly. She ain't cooking.
Where exactly
She ain't doing none of that.
look, this is the point. So my mom, one of these days, she asked Brock, she says, as an example, she said, does Brock want pork chops or spaghetti tonight? Brock says, in my house, spaghetti is a side. So my mom says, oh, great, I'll make both. She literally made this man pork chops and spaghetti. Then on another night, she made you ribs, fried chicken, grilled, and for my dad too. He always eats first. That's like a thing. And then you ate second because I made sure you got your plate. And then the rest of my siblings that came over, we all ate too and had dinner or whatever. So my mama made, what'd she make? What'd you put on your, what I put?
She had fried chicken, grilled chicken, ribs, and like a cold pasta. It was like a pasta salad.
Yeah,
Bussin'.
it was busted.
Yeah.
All of it was good.
Everything was good.
Here's the thing. She's bragging on her mom. That's great, dude. Marry her mother. Right? A woman with those kind of skills. You have a woman with that skill set. She's going to do well in any country, especially America. One of the things that the passport bros or the guys who know how to travel, the one thing that you appreciate when you go to these different countries is that women do cook. Women do perform the pink jobs, as Rich Cooper calls it. You know, there's like the woman gender, traditionally women roles and the male roles, and he'll say it's like the pink jobs and the blue jobs, right? So here's a woman. I'm gonna bring you home to my family. You meet my family, and mom is doing all the cooking. My question would be like, dude, was your girl Sarah in there cooking anything? Was she in the kitchen cooking everything? It's like, well, I made sure that I fixed his plate and brought it to him. No, your mom made sure that you fixed his plate and brought it to him. She's not doing those things as a matter of fact. She's not doing that as a everyday. She doesn't have to, right? She is simply relying on her beauty. It's gotten her this far, and she realizes like, okay, my beauty's on. This is it. I'm at the peak. I've already passed the peak, and I'm kind of on my way down. Let me snatch something real quick. Let me snatch some dude who is going to take care of me. Right. And all the ways that are important to her. And that's this dude right here has been in the friend zone forever. Now, you know, he's happy. You see, we picked, you know, this is your dime. All right, cool. That's you, bro. I ain't mad at you. Shout out to you. But if you want a nice meal, you're going to have to go over to your mama-in-law house because your wife ain't going to be able to do it.
Good. And when you got 3 meats, you just automatically assume, you know, maybe she didn't spend as much time on one of them. Like I ate the grilled chicken and I was like, damn, this grilled chicken is fire. You know, and it, you know, crispy on the outside, juicy on the inside. I said, this grilled chicken is good. So I didn't have a lot of hope for the ribs and the fried chicken. I was like, she spent all her time on this. Then I got the fried chicken. And in my house growing up, we didn't fry like chicken cutlets. Like it's either like legs or wings or something like that.
Guys, yeah.
So that was new to me. Boneless, skinless chicken cutlets, and they were busting. I was like, man, like, so I'm like, dang, 2 out of 3, fire. Then I get to the ribs. I'm trying to remember. It was like a 4-bone piece. You know, you got 4.
So we're listening to his experience with his mom's cooking, and old girl just grinning ear to ear. She's so happy. Yeah, my mom can cook. Shouty, you ain't doing this. You ain't doing it. And I'm not going to lie, like this is a bad look for her. But this is a dude who's blinded by her beauty. He's blinded by the fact that he didn't control his emotions. He allowed himself to fall for her very early on and sat there happily in the friend zone. Dr. B is in the building. What's good, fam? He sat there happily in the friend zone waiting. Maybe she'll pick me. Maybe she'll pick me. And she finally did. And he's like, great. Right. And this is when, you know, when I say things that like men and women love differently, they fall differently. This is what I'm talking about. This guy's happy with her. If she were to lose her beauty, he wouldn't care. He would sit there right next to her. She gains extra weight. So what? You know, I mean, she's not as pretty anymore. She has to use more makeup. He wouldn't care. He would sit there right next to her. But do you think that she would stay with this guy if he came into some sort of financial issue? If he began to lose his money, if he couldn't provide the lifestyle that she wants, you think that she'll stay with him, ride or die? Or would she just go ahead and monkey branch her way over to another guy who can do those things? Because trust and believe, she got more dudes in the friend zone. She got more guys in the magazine, bro. Just think of a magazine, bro. They got like a magazine that can hold an infinite number of rounds. He just one round out of that, 30 round clip, 100 round clip, 1,000 round clip. He just won. He can get fired out and another one to be right there in the chamber. And this is what y'all got to be thinking about, guys, especially you top tier dudes.
Fell off the bone. I
just
that.
Picked the bone up. It just fell out. And I'm like, let me try to meet the meat fight super seasoned. And I was shocked at how good the food was, how well seasoned it was. The temperature she was using was perfect.
Now, this is the thing, okay, when it comes to me cooking, because we've had a few. What's been your favorite dish I've made? Choose two.
The favorite.
And I am my mama. I could cook now. Everything's gonna be flavorful, but she's just got 30 years on me.
You're gonna get some years on you too.
No, she's not.
No, wait. I need to know the favorite dish.
Favorite dish so far?
Yes, give me two.
I like your breakfasts.
That was fire.
French toast. You do a hell of a good French toast. And of course, you're going to always salad me up. So you have sliced tomatoes, avocado, all that's good.
Bro, it was way hard for him to think. First of all, it's like, what do you cook that I'm not cooking? So French toast. All right, cool. Hey, guys, French toast, not the knocker, but French toast is not hard to make. It's not like making pancakes or waffles from scratch. French toast is not that hard to make. And I'm talking about from scratch. And what do you need to have flavorful French toast? Nutmeg, cinnamon. Right? You got a couple eggs in there. You got your milk in there. Nutmeg, cinnamon. And you dip in your bread. Hopefully you're not using regular sliced bread. Hopefully you're using French toast. You dump that in there. Boom. You throw it on a griddle. Right? You flip it over. Voila, you got French toast. And you can put some, carve up some strawberries or blueberries or some grapes or bananas or whatever you want to put on the side as a little garnish. Right? Bam. There's your French toast. He's not saying like, oh, yeah, breakfast in general is the easiest meal to cook. I was a short order cook at Perkins restaurant when I was I was in high school, had a full-time job at Perkins, working on the weekends and stuff like that. And that's all we were doing, man, slinging out omelets, slinging out eggs, pancakes, crepes, French toast, you name it. That's what we were doing, bro. You know what I mean? We got Manjo in the building. What's good, fam? Yes, I'm back and they're done with the fire. This building is done with the fire test. No more loud noises. Mandrell is saying French toast is just eggs and bread, bro. Right? You put some eggs in there, some milk in there, bro. And again, you add some nutmeg, you add some cinnamon if you want to spice it up a little bit. That's it. That's pretty much all you got with French toast, bro. It's not that difficult. But okay, French toast. And breakfast, he's like, oh, your breakfast is good. Breakfast is the easiest meal to prepare. And he's sitting there struggling. Okay, what do you make? First of all, he's like, what do you make? And then it's like, what do you make well? Oh, your French toast is pretty good. She's just sitting there. Bro, he is there because he believes he fell for her beauty. That's it. And she seems to have a real cool attitude. I'll give her that. She seems, every time I've seen this woman on someone's platform interviewing or whatever, she has a good attitude. Like Dr. B said right there, man, just add some fruit to it, and maybe you'll take it to a higher level. But yeah, French toast is simple. Exactly. Right. Unless it's eggs Benedict. Yep. That takes a little bit, eggs Benedicts, poached eggs. When you start getting into that, and I hate making, this is stuff called geta. It's like a pork based thing with, oats in it, like from oatmeal, oats in it. That thing popped. It's so greasy, man. I hate that because it'll tear your arms up if you're not ready. But corned beef and hash is easy. And yeah, eggs Benedicts can be tough. You gotta have the right azus. You have to know how to make that stuff and all that. I mean, it's a lot into it. But it's not like he's saying your grits are fire. Like, oh, your grits and eggs. He's sitting here. Let's see if he can come up with an answer.
salmon and pasta, probably second so far.
Really?
Salmon and pasta.
I don't know. It was funny is we were talking the other day and he said because you wanted steak. So he just had steak,
Oh, yeah,
mashed
yeah, I had
potatoes
steak
and
the other
salad
day.
this was yesterday, day before yesterday. And he said, "But you ain't make me no fried chicken yet."
He gonna hold you to that fried chicken.
He is. This is the thing. Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all, ladies, this is a hack for you at home. If you want to make a really good fried chicken, the goodness is inside of the flour. Okay, that flour needs to sit in your fridge for like 30 days. You need to season it with different seasonings, put it in your fridge, and then you use it. Now, the other really hack thing is use a cast iron pan if you
Cast
can.
iron skillet for sure.
Yeah, if you can. And then turn the grease up to high. You know, you drop the flour in there, and then when it starts doing a little speckledy thing, you realize that it's hot enough. You put the chicken in and immediately turn it down to medium, and then cook, you know, depending on whether you have legs, 15 minutes. If you have thighs, it's 20 minutes on each side. Right. So anyway, the point is,
And she can say, I know this because I watched my mom do it. It's not like you're doing it. And if you're doing it, you probably got your mom there or one of your siblings there supervising you, making sure you don't burn the stuff up. And everything she said was spot on. Yeah, hollandaise sauce, man. I think I said au jus, but yeah, hollandaise sauce. Thanks. Appreciate that, bro. And fried chicken is all technique and seasoning, right? And you can find some excellent instructional videos on how to make different types of fried chicken online. But what she just said was spot on. Like it sounds like someone who's watched a lot of people cook, right? Like she's like, I'm not a chef, but I can supervise. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like she's fine. She's not into that. Like she said, she doesn't eat like that. She mostly eats salads. She loves to eat salads. Why is she doing that? She's really worried about her figure. Why was she worried about her figure? Because she knew that her beauty was the key for her to get to what she wanted. And that was the guy, the high value man with a lot of money. She's gonna have to stay fit. There's no way that she can not be fit at all. And it looks like that's what she was doing. But she knows how to cook. She knows how to cook. And then you wonder, like, well, you know, what's her mom look like? What her siblings look like? Like, is she gonna gain weight? Because here's the thing, ladies, if you are 100% using your looks, your beauty, you know what I mean, like your body, you know, and by that I mean just keeping your body fit and all that to get a guy. If that's it, if that's all he cares about, if you gain weight or as you age, you might lose him if he's not into you. But in this case, this dude's completely head over heels in love with her, so it's not a big thing. I don't see him leaving her anytime soon. So it is what it is. Let's continue.
that when you are frying chicken, have it high at first, bring it down to medium, flip it halfway through, and make sure that your flour is seasoned. Another thing that you can do if you just want to add a little bit of crisp is dip it in an egg first, then dip it in the flour.
thought that was
and then fry
automatic.
it. No, everybody. It depends. It really depends because the egg can make it more crunchy, but it can also change the taste sometimes. So
So I'm just waiting on you to do all of these.
I asked you, did you
Put her on blast.
'Cause we
She
said
ain't
tonight.
did none of it.
Unthawed, but we'll just go to Publix
No.
and get some chicken that's
See,
already unthawed.
that's
can
all,
just
all
go
I
to
asked-
Publix,
All I
Sarah.
said was thaw the meat. All you gotta do is thaw out the meat.
He
baby.
can just buy some more meat.
Yeah,
Sarah.
he could, or he could have thawed out the meat.
Both
That's
things
all
can
I
be
asked
true
for,
at
just
once.
thaw out the meat.
I've been
Here's the thing. She's like, all I asked you to do is thaw out the meat. He been begging her for chicken or whatever it is, fried chicken. And she's like, well, all you got to do is thaw out the meat. Did her mom tell her dad, all you got to do is thaw out the meat and I'll make whatever you want? No, that's part of cooking. That's part of it. If my daughter says she wants a particular meal, like, Papa, I want pancakes, I got to make sure we got fresh milk. I got to make sure the eggs are good. You know, I got to make sure, because I put a little bit of vanilla in the pancakes. Right. And this is if I'm going, you know, with the box. If I'm making it from scratch, I got to go get the different types of flour. Right. I got to make sure I have all that stuff. Right. You got to make sure you got kosher salt. Like it's certain things you got to make sure. So if you're going to cook for somebody, I don't tell my daughter or my loved ones or the people I'm going to cook for, my friends, to say, yeah, go get all this stuff and I'll go make it. If you're with me now, if you invite me over to your cookout, you're like, hey, man, do me a favor. Can you bring your mac and cheese, man? Because we love your mac and cheese. Bet, I'll bring it. I'll bring the mac and cheese. Or if I'm there, like, hey, man, will you make this mac and cheese? Go get the stuff. Yeah, I'll make it. You know what I mean? But right away, it's conditions. It's conditions. Like all he's asking for, like, can you make me the fried chicken that you just described to everyone out here, you know, in the YouTube world? And you haven't done it yet. And she's like, well, you know, I told you to put the meat out, got to thaw the meat. She's like, well, we can go to the grocery store right now and get the meat. And she's still like, whatever. Basically, she ain't trying to do it. Do you think he got his fried chicken? You know what I mean, Brother Michael Lee, like, DL, is she mixed with Asian? I mean, she looks that way. She looks like she's mixed with something. Like, you know, ain't no telling. You have to see the rest of the family or have to ask her. But it could be anything, bro. It could be, you see something like that, I would say, hey, was your dad in the military? If he was, and if he's like older, you know, that, okay, is he Vietnam era? Like, did your dad go to Vietnam and come back with a wife? Or did your dad go to Honduras or to Panama and come back with a wife? Who knows? But she could be. I mean, she looks it. Let's continue.
Busy, but
I know you have. You've been working. I'm giving you.
I will say, last thing on your mom. She kind of changed my favorite piece of chicken. Like, I always thought my favorite piece was the thigh. Like, I'm a thigh guy, and now I'm thinking the boneless, skinless chicken cutlet. Like, that's got to be my favorite.
Chicken breast is always the best, if you ask me.
Chicken breast fried,
you can't beat it.
No, chicken breast fried get dry real quick.
Well, the cut. What do you mean? What's the difference between the cutlets and the breast? It's the same thing, isn't it?
Slice that breast.
I mean, it's cuts of the breast. It's still the breast. It's just.
So he's still talking about mom. I'm trying to find. I'm just kind of going through here. I'm looking for the part where she was talking about her age. Let's go here. I think this is what she was vetting for. Let's do this. Let's skip ahead, guys. Let's check this part out right here.
15 minutes later, I feel like you don't love me. My whole day is ruined. You just called me the N word and said I can't read good. Like,
but that's
really
real,
how
though.
I feel if you come in and it's 15 minutes past the time. Because now I got to put my food in the microwave, which is about to change the whole taste. Or you got to eat cold food.
Yeah,
both are a lose.
I dealt with that in my marriage before.
Yeah,
that's not good. That's not good.
It's rough. Okay, you ready for the next question? Do you have any questions for me?
I'm gonna start.
Like, dude doesn't want to be there, guys. He doesn't want to be there. Like, he's in a relationship where she has complete control. Although he's the high value guy. He is the rare commodity. Like, he's what's sought after. She has him, right? She has him there. He's on on the platform. He doesn't want to be there. She's like, whatever, right? He's, bro. Can you imagine? Just imagine how much he bends over backwards and, you know, does things he doesn't want to do just to please her. And there's nothing wrong with that. You have the right woman, bro. That's how you're supposed to be. But here's the thing. She should be doing the same thing. Just looking at this, I could tell, like, bro, it's probably like pulling teeth to get her to do basic stuff for him. Like, if she's going to do something, it's because she wants to do it, not because he's asking her to do it. The chicken thing being the perfect example. Bro. But, hey, guys, you need to control your emotions. This is why guys in the red pill are saying that, hey, man, she has to like you more than you like her. She has to want you more than you want her. She has to kind of be in that space where it's like, dude, this guy might leave. I got to stay on point. Because if you know he ain't going nowhere, and she knows he ain't going anywhere because he's been in the friend zone for God knows how many years. He ain't going nowhere. She knows it. So she can act any way she want to act. It does not matter. You have a situation where in this situation, she will walk away from him way before he will walk away from her. That gives her all the leverage. And more likely, this might not work out for him. He get married. Maybe they get married. They stay married for 7 years or whatever. If he doesn't get a prenup, which this guy's supposed to be wealthy, if this guy doesn't get a prenup, he deserves whatever happens down the road, just like Travis Hunter. If this dude doesn't get a prenup, look at this guy. This is an all the way grown up man. This dude making money. He's surrounded by dudes who make money. If this dude does not get a prenuptial agreement and he marries this woman without one and she takes him to the cleaners and takes half of his net worth, you know what? I ain't mad at her at all. In that situation, I'm going to laugh at dude. Like, that's what you get, player. Let's continue.
Hey, go ahead.
No, I'm saying go ahead. But now that I know that you want me to ask questions, like, I'm about to hit you.
Oh, Lord.
Okay,
I'm about to hit
good.
you with a few things.
Okay, good. So do you
Real quick, look at that ring, bro. Look that ring on her finger, man. That might be a 5 carat. That might be $10,000 on her finger. That might be 10K or more. That might be a 5 carat diamond, maybe oval, maybe princess cut. I can't really tell from that angle. Bro, that's an investment. That's 10 grand on her finger. What kind of money is going to be spent on their wedding? How much money you think he's going to invest in their wedding? I ain't going to say invest, blow. How much money is he going to blow on their wedding? How much you think, guys? 10K, 50K, 100K. How much you think he's going to spend on the wedding? It's going to be a destination wedding. He's going to have to bring her family, mom, dad, all the siblings. How much money? Yeah, 50K plus. Right? I feel you, bro. 50K plus. He'll be lucky if the destination wedding takes place here, continental United States, and not someplace exotic. I mean, bro, a destination wedding just in Hawaii, for example, for a family of, let's see, you got 2 siblings plus the parents, that's 4, right? If grandma's still alive, you got to bring grandma. 5 hotel accommodations, probably for a week, at least 4 days. And plus everything on top of the dresses, the tuxedos. My goodness, bro. My goodness. But anyway, let's keep going.
Believe in boy-girl friendships?
Yeah.
Okay. What was Sarah's vetting questions that made you rethink your life? That's heavy.
She asked him questions.
I would say, okay, the biggest one was, if we go down this journey, are you ready to be married within a year?
Yeah.
And
Because I wasn't giving you the same time I would give a stranger.
And you told me that too. Like we've been 2 years. We've been knowing each other for 2 years. Like, how much more do you need to get to know me?
Right.
Jesus, he was in the friend zone for 2 years. I'm thinking this dude was in the friend zone for at least 5 years. Dude sat in the friend zone for 2 years. Right. And then she comes to him and says, well, if we're going to get married, I need you to marry me within a year, to actually have the ceremony, sign the papers within a year. Bro.
Houston, we have a problem.
Bro. I'm not signing on for that. 2 years. So he hasn't even had a chance to. She's basically saying, you've known me for 2 years. That's the vetting process. Nah, I've known you as a friend. I'm not vetting you like that as a friend. We just hanging out. So this dude, she's like, I know everything about you. You don't know anything about this woman, dude. Are you serious, bro? You don't know anything. You've been in the friend zone for 2 years. I bet you he ain't smashed.
And I'm like, dang, if we gonna do it, might as well just do it. Like, let's we all in. Like, and I didn't give you an answer off top. Like, I went back and, self-reflected and looked into myself. Like, would I? But it's crazy though. Even before we had this conversation, like, I used to say this all the time. Like, my friends, like, if I ever were to get married, I'm gonna propose within 6 months of knowing a person. Like, my friends all the time, they was like, you crazy. I was just like, I think that's the way I got to do it. Like, once I know, 6 months, you got 6 months to be married. So
6 months, bro. Don't ever do that, people. Fellas, if you're out here and, like I said, you got something to lose, you have money, you have financial portfolios and real estate and all that kind of stuff, and you're doing really well, you're a big earner. 2 years, man. You need to vet that person as someone you're dating. You guys both know that you guys are in this. Vet them for 2 years. I'm not saying you got to live with them, right? You got to take your time and work that out, but be careful with the cohabitation thing. But you guys have to spend a lot of time together. You really got to pay attention to what's going on. You can't figure it out in 6 months. You just can't figure it out in 6 months, bro. Anyone can hide anything in 6 months. It's really hard to keep someone in the dark for 2 years if you're paying attention. But he said this is what he wanted to do. And this might be a case where you got a guy out here who's been smashing chicks, he's been banging whatever, he's He's doing his thing, and he comes across this woman, and to him, she is the most beautiful thing he's ever seen. Is what he's always wanted. Boom, I'm going to run into it. Blindfolded, I'm going to run into it headlong. And that's how you get hurt. That's how you get in trouble. Now, do I think that she's out there doing her thing and, it's like a, top tier 3 or 4? I don't think so, but she could. She's absolutely beautiful. She can do whatever she wants to do. She can smash whoever she wants to smash. Right? She could be out there doing whatever, but it takes time. Got to see how she moves. Right? You got to see how she moves. And then I wonder, like, okay, now y'all together. Did she get rid of all of her male friends? Does she still, like, how is she doing with that? Is she still demanding to go out with her girls? Is she doing girls trips? Is she doing girls night out? Like, what else is she doing? This guy clearly, I ain't gonna say clearly, but there's a good chance that this guy knew what he was doing. He was smashing what he wanted to smash. He was doing his thing, had the house, probably got the cars, got all the toys, all the trinkets. Just got women coming at him left and right. And just like I told Fresh years ago, and I tell any young guy out there who's doing their thing, I say, at some point, bro, you're going to get tired of this. At some point, you're going to get tired of this. You're going to want to settle down, right? The key is when you meet that woman, don't come away from your fundamentals. Make sure that you are vetting like you're supposed to vet. Pay attention. Pay attention. It's not like you're just looking for red flags, but you're going to pay attention and not ignore red flags. When you see something that you want or someone that you want, you're willing to ignore the red flags because in your mind, like, that's what I want. And you let yourself fall in love. Don't hurt yourself like that. Especially men. We love different than women. Keep your emotions in check until you've done your vetting and so you can see things clearly. You go in with those rose-colored glasses, bro, you're not going to see the trouble spots, right? And you're not going to be able to put yourself in a situation to be successful. Be careful.
Even though I've been knowing you a lot longer than 6 months, but we on the same path almost, because once I figured out I am ready, and then I just decided to propose.
Here's a question that I think people might have. Are we in a poly relationship or a monogamous relationship?
Monogamous. You think people got questions about that?
I don't know. We both have talked about it on my podcast before.
Yeah, we talk about it.
You talked about having multiple wives before as a single man.
We're just open-minded to things, not saying that's something that we want, but if somebody's, I know people that's poly.
So do I.
And I think, in their cases, it works, and I don't have, opinions against it. That's really what I get at when I say stuff like that. Like, it's like, oh, no, okay, I can see how that could be beneficial.
Do you want a second wife?
No.
In the future?
We don't know what the future may hold.
Yeah,
But
for real. Wait and see. Wait and see.
He's so funny.
I'm trying to handle this one,
Right.
and you already a handful.
Two hands full.
I need both hands on the steering wheel to drive this boat where we going, which is one wife. So I'm gonna leave it at that.
Does that sound like he's in a relationship with a woman who is going to listen to him and follow his lead and be submissive to an extent? Or is he in a relationship with a woman who is in command? Does that sound like the dude who is the commanding officer, or is he the executive officer? Who runs that situation? Who's in command? And I'm here to say it's probably her. But here's the thing. She knows that this dude could go out and smash whatever he wants to smash. So she's like, oh, you're going to, have multiple wives in the future. And you see how he paused. It's like, oh, we got to wait and see. We'll see how you act. But when dude gets to the point where she decides, I'm not going to do anything with you, I got a headache, I ain't trying to do nothing, I ain't trying to cook, I ain't trying to clean, I ain't trying to do nothing, he can run out and get all that. Right? He can hire someone to cook, he can hire someone to clean, and he can go out and find a chick that's going to want to go and smash. And I'm pretty sure that this Sarah lady, she understands that.
Okay. Do we have an open relationship?
No, because if I'd be damned.
You be down?
I'd be damned.
We monogamous. We loyal to the soil. What's going to keep you faithful in our relationship? You're tall, you're handsome, you're rich, You got a beautiful home, you got investments, you have a booming business. What is going to make you say, get back, scallywags? I got a wife.
Scallywags is crazy.
What's gonna make you say no? Like real talk, all jokes aside, like what's gonna keep you anchored?
I feel like
Merch.
the politically correct answer is like, oh, it's God. You know, yeah, God has to be in your relationship. You know, you need to have this, relationship with God. But really, when it gets down to it, like my fear of like disappointing you or hurting you in any type of way, like is probably my number one, number two reason for never like, being the type of guy that would cheat on you. You know, like
He's completely in love with her, bro. With these two people here, and I go, like, these are strangers. We've been watching this for a couple minutes. Which one do you think is willing to walk away from the situation? Notice she ran everything down. You're tall, you're handsome, you're rich, you have financial holdings, you have a business. She ran it all down. She ran it all down, bro. So, she's asking him, what's going to keep you grounded? The answer is you. You act right. You keep me grounded. You give me a reason to come home. You give me a reason to come home and do things. If you take care of business, if you make the fried chicken, right? If you know what I mean, if you come with the intimacy, not just when I want it. Like if you're sitting there smiling when I come in the door because you're happy to see me, right? Unlike, a lot of women, they get a dude like this and they just start complaining all the time. Complain. She's the reason. Ladies, if you're dealing with a guy and he's just a regular dude, he's not going to be out there in the streets like that, man. It takes a lot of work. If you're dealing with a player, you ain't going to stop him from stepping out on you. If you're dealing with a player, you can't stop him, just like he can't stop you. He get a shot, he going to take it. You got to know who you're dealing with. This guy doesn't strike me as a player like that, but this guy could go out. He's going to have a lot of women after him. Like you heard what she said, like what's going to keep you to tell these women to stop? And the answer to that, in my opinion, is the woman. She's gonna be the one, but there are guys out there who are just straight up dogs, man. And when you're dealing with a guy that's banging other chicks doing your engagement, what makes you think he's not gonna do it once y'all get married? It doesn't sound like this dude is out there like that, but could he be? Sure, he could be. But if you are a dude and you are like this guy, you're a high value guy, you check all the boxes, and you want to go out there and you want to smash women randomly on the side or whatever, you got to tell your fiance, you got to tell the woman you're dealing with, hey, this is what I'm going to do from time to time. And you need to know that. If that's a problem, then this ain't going to work from the beginning. Don't wait till y'all are years in or whatever. Don't lie. Tell the truth. This is what's going on. This is what I'm going to do from time to time. Right? And here are the boundaries on that. I'm going to do this. I'm never going to bring diseases home. Never going to bring home babies. I'm never going to, you never have to deal with these chicks. This is just something I'm going to do. So, and if she says no, great, keep it moving. If she says yes, fine. But then if she decides to change her mind down the road, like, hey, you agreed to this, right? You agreed to this. Let's continue.
Like, why would I hurt you in that way? No, I didn't have to propose to you when I did. I could have drug it out. I could have risked it all, but I chose to propose to you and to, marry you. Why would I just turn around and cheat on you? So, yeah.
What's the second reason? You said 1, 2.
No, so I'm just putting that answer up there right with the church, with God.
Okay. So God is going to keep you anchored, and you also don't want to disappoint.
Yeah, just when I say God, I mean basically your upbringing. Like your upbringing and just disappointing God, going against your beliefs is, you got to have strong beliefs, and to go against that, you gotta be mindful of that,
Do you think women are going to try you just because you're with me?
You do. I don't. I don't think they would just because I'm with you. I don't personally think they will.
I do.
I think they're gonna try. They're gonna try.
They're gonna try, and some are gonna try just because you're with me, because I am the relationship, high value, high earning, feminine woman that has all the answers, and watch her husband cheat on her. For that reason, because women are treacherous. Not all of them, but there's quite a few of them that are.
We're gonna have to leave it here, guys. We're gonna have to do a part 2 on this because I gotta take my daughter to her recital. But here's the thing: her concert, it's not a recital, it's a concert. Here's the thing: little shorty right here, she is suffering from main character syndrome, and bro, this is we gotta keep talking about this. We're gonna have to do another one. I'm gonna try to get that done maybe tonight, definitely by tomorrow, early tomorrow. We'll do a part 2. Man, I don't know. I don't know. I got so many thoughts. I got so many things I want to say about this, but I got to go. I appreciate y'all rocking out with me, man. I'd never seen this before, bro, so I had no idea what I was encountering. So, yeah, we're going to have to do a part 2 on this. We're going to get that done tomorrow. Appreciate y'all rocking out with me, man. I really do. My daughter's downstairs probably tapping her foot on the floor like, come on, Papa, we got to go. So I'm DL saying this is I Really Want to Know podcast. Make sure you guys show up for part 2. Please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Appreciate y'all supporting me. Thank you so much for coming out. And I'll see y'all soon. Peace.
Nothing like I've ever seen. It's just a thing of beauty.
Darn, that's the end.